Hello, today I'm going to show you how to fillet a panfish. First, before you get started, you're going to want to make sure that you have everything that you're going to need. I use a very sharp filleting knife, a bowl for scraps, and then I have another bowl full of ice water that I'm going to put the fish in once it's filleted. You don't have to use ice water. I like to use ice in it to make sure that the fish stays at room temperature. Make sure that you have everything that you need, because once you get started it can be very messy, and then if you need something you're going to have to stop and go get it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is show you a little bit about the fish so you'll know where I'm cutting at. Okay, this is a bluegill. This was the remnants of a good fishing day. So this fin right here is the pelvic fin. This is the anal fin. This is the caudal fin. In layman terms, it's the tail. And then this up here is the dorsal fin. These fins right here are the ones that we're going to be cutting behind. This is the pectoral fin, and this little black piece right here is called an ear flap. So now that you know the anatomy of a bluegill, we'll go ahead and get started. First thing that I do is right directly behind the ear flap and the pectoral fin, I put my knife down and I start cutting. I make one line and I aim towards just in between the pelvic fin and the anal fin and just cut down. And you don't have to cut all the way through. You just want enough just to cut the meat off. Okay, and then once you get that cut down, you're going to have a little cut. See, I cut it from there, behind that fin, all the way down, and I aimed for right there. And then when you're done with that, you're going to take the back part of the fillet, you're going to take your knife, and you're going to just go down the dorsal fin, and you'll feel the knife and just kind of let it glide across the bones. You'll feel it when you're on the bones. And just let your knife slide down. And when you get near the back, you'll feel the knife, you'll be over the bones, and just let it go all the way through, and then keep cutting all the way down towards the tail. Okay. I'm going to turn it, I lift it up, and you'll feel in here where all those bones are. You just want to let the knife just glide across those bones. Okay, just like that. And then when you get down to this part, the skin sometimes can be a little bit tough, but it's okay, it's workable. And then I cut it down like that just to kind of get that thick part of that skin off. Knife could probably be a bit sharper, but it's okay. It's workable. Never use a dull knife when you're doing this. A dull knife is much more dangerous than a sharp knife. And then you're going to cut it off. And then you have a nice fillet, fresh piece right there. We're not quite done with this yet, but you're going to flip this over and you're going to do the same thing to the other side. And I always recommend that you cut away from you. That way that you don't get cut, especially with a very sharp knife. I'm left-handed, so sometimes that can be a bit challenging. And then you'll just lay it on down. Just like that. And then you have another good fillet. And then when you're done, this is what the fish is going to look like. You cut it all this meaty part right here. You got your spine here, and you still have all the guts and all that down there. A lot of people cut the tail off here, and they want to eat the tail. We don't. There are several ways to to cook a panfish. We like ours fillet. We don't like the bones in them. We have small children, so you're going to put that in your scrap bowl. I do not recommend that you put your scraps in your garbage can. The fish will get to stink really bad. And then when you're done, you're going to take this piece and you're going to hold your thumb on the skin part, and you're going to hold your knife just barely down and cut into the meat. See, like I have here. This is the skin part, and I'm cutting this meaty side off. And then just use your thumb as you're going down to kind of hold it still for you. And then when you're done, this is your scrap. And then you have a nice fresh piece of fish. Now you can feel around in here like this. If you get a couple of bones in it, that's okay. Matter of fact, I got one right here. You just kind of pick it out or just cut a little piece off like so. That's fine. Now, of course, the bigger the fish, the bigger the fillet. So if you catch a bigger fish, and the concept is still the same, even with big fish, bass or what have you, it's still the same. Okay, well, now that you know how to fillet a fish, it's pretty much about ready to eat once you get it to this point. So it's about time for my dinner. Thank you for watching.